Welcome back to the Observable Unknown. Across the past arc of our inquiry, we have walked through many altered landscapes of the human nervous system. Through trance, through prayer, through music, through the quiet moral tremors of guilt and repair. Each state appeared at first as a separate doorway. Each offered a distinct passage into transformation. Tonight, we gather these paths together and ask a more mature question. What if freedom itself is not a philosophical abstraction, but a physiological achievement? Modern affective neuroscience has begun to clarify a subtle truth. The capacity to choose does not arise from pure intellect alone. It emerges from a nervous system that can modulate its own intensity. Psychologist Lisa Feldman Barrett has argued that emotions are not fixed reflexes imposed upon us by ancient circuitry. They are constructed interpretations, predictions shaped by past experience and present context. In this view, emotional life is not merely endured, it is continually assembled. The observable unknown here is quietly revolutionary. If emotional states are constructed, then freedom involves learning to construct wisely. Neurologist Antonio Damasio has long demonstrated that decision-making is inseparable from bodily feeling. Through his work on the somatic marker hypothesis, he showed that individuals with damage to emotional circuitry may retain logical reasoning, yet become incapable of practical choice. They can calculate endlessly, but they cannot decide. Emotion in this sense is not the enemy of rationality. It is its orienting compass. Freedom, therefore, depends not on suppressing feeling, but instead on cultivating a body that signals clearly rather than chaotically. When the nervous system is regulated, intuition sharpens. When it is dysregulated, even intellect becomes disoriented. The theoretical neuroscientist Karl Friston has proposed that the brain functions as a prediction engine, continuously modeling the world to reduce uncertainty and maintain biological equilibrium. Under this predictive processing framework, perception itself becomes an act of controlled hallucination. The brain does not passively receive reality, it actively anticipates it. When prediction errors accumulate, distress rises. When models adjust fluidly, coherence returns. The observable unknown is that identity may be nothing more than the most stable prediction the brain has learned to maintain. And regulation is the skill of revising that prediction without collapsing into chaos. Throughout history, human beings have sought transformation through substances, visions, and ecstatic rites. Yet the nervous system itself contains quieter instruments. Breath can slow cardiac rhythms, rhythm can entrain cortical oscillations, focused attention can narrow sensory gating, compassion can soften defensive reflexes. These are not mystical exceptions, they are endogenous technologies. Prayer reorganizes attentional networks. Music synchronizes limbic timing. Trance alters sensory weighting. Moral emotion recalibrates social belonging. Each state represents a lever within the biological machinery of consciousness. The integrated self is not the self that never changes, it is the self that can change deliberately. We often imagine freedom as independence from influence, a heroic autonomy untouched by circumstance. But physiology tells a more nuanced story. Freedom is the capacity to move between states without coercion, to enter focus without anxiety, or to experience passion without disintegration, perhaps even to encounter sorrow without permanent collapse. This mobility is learned, it is practiced and embodied. The observable unknown is not whether altered consciousness exists, it is whether we can cultivate the stability required to navigate it. Notice, this evening, the subtle shifts within your own awareness. Those moments when you feel spacious, or the moments when you feel contracted. Neither defines you, both inform you. Freedom is not found in escaping the nervous system, it is found in befriending its rhythms. If this interlude has stirred some reflection in you, I would love to hear all about it. Please contact me by writing me to theobservableunknown@gmail.com, texting me at 336-675-5836, or reaching out to me through either of my websites, drjuancarlosrey.com or crowscover.com. And wherever you have listened to this interlude, please consider leaving a review and a rating. Your words help this work find those who are searching for steadiness in a profoundly unsteady world. Until next time, this has been The Observable Unknown.